we've announced this publicly already, but for those that don't know, I'm currently narrating the audiobook for Those You Killed. And I have created my own little sound booth in my bathroom. That's where I do my recording. That's where it sounds the best.
I'm getting some insight into the
Yeah.
process. Yeah.
And what I realized when I first narrated Haley Newland's book, Take Your Turn, Teddy, I sent her all of the finalized audio, but then when I went back and listened to it again in headphones, I realized that in some of the clips there was this background buzzing noise and I couldn't figure it out. And what I realized was it's the lights in my bathroom. And so I went back and re-recorded it. And so from that point on, when I go into the bathroom to record audio, all the lights are off. So I'm in a dark bathroom and I just have my iPad in front of me with whatever I'm reading. And so there are numerous times where I've had to stop because like I creep myself out. And so I can say in narrating your book, there have been moments where I have just gotten creeped out. And one of them was that spider scene. You know, your brain can play tricks on you. And I was reading that scene and I thought I felt something on my foot. And so it's like instantly like, no, stop, record, turn the light on. I'm like, what was that? What the fuck? So yes, you've managed to creep me out on multiple occasions. And now, you know, I love going back through this book a second time and getting creeped out in different ways, but also like, you know, that first scene where Elwood encounters this astronaut, it stuck with me to the point that, like I said, I put the scene into one of my stories that was inspired by that. So I think that, you know, I'm excited for more people to get a chance to experience this story. You know, I know that a lot of people have very big TBRs and they can maybe only read a certain amount of books, but that's the gift of audio, is it gives us the opportunity when we're driving or in the shower or taking a walk that we can get some of that reading time in. And so I'm excited for people that maybe haven't read it in the book to be able to experience it through audio when it comes out. So, you know, that's my plug for Those You Killed. And you're giving me the opportunity to give another plug too, because the bonus episode will be one of the chapters from that. So thanks for that opportunity.
No, just you know, just just to build on that plug, I mean, the sort of the test files that you've sent to me have been absolutely incredible. You know, I've played them to friends and family, and they've been absolutely blown away. The other night, I played the latest ones that you sent to me. I played those to my partner the other night, Charlotte, and she was as astounded as I was. I mean, you know, you sent a couple of bloopers which were amusing, but
yeah.
But you know, the fact that you've put on different voices for some of the characters it's just blown me away. And you know, and like I kind of said to you, you've just elevated the story. You've just taken it up a whole other level. And I think, you know, even for people that have read the story already, I'd encourage them to, you know, if they've got you know, some spare money to download the audiobook when it comes out, because you've just made it something else entirely. Really pleased with what you've sent me so far, Thomas. So thank you. Again, you know, glad to hear that you've been scaring yourself as well. You know, I think, you know, as right, I guess it's right. You know, I touched on it earlier when I said, you know, some of the stuff that I specifically the sort of the tag scene in the book, when I've read it back myself and it actually creeped me out. I think, you know, as a writer, if you can read back something that you've written yourself and it scare you, then you've done a great job.
Yeah.
So,
I hope to give you that experience when you listen to the full audiobook.
oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. I'm sure. I feel like I'm going to have to listen to it in my bathroom in the dark.
Yeah, or maybe walking through the woods at night.
Oh,
That would be creepy. I can say this. So the most scared that I've ever been listening to an audiobook was, I believe it was either the end of 2019 or the beginning of 2020. So fairly recently. But there is, in my apartment complex, there is a little lake, and there is a sidewalk around it. Now they have some lights around it, which is nice, but at the time there were no lights. And so it's pretty dark if you're out there at night walking around. And so I was walking out there, and I had my headphones on, and I just started the audiobook for 20th Century Ghosts by Joe Hill.
oh yeah.
Have you ever read that collection?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
So the first story in that collection, it's called Best New Horror. And I was listening to that, and it creeped me out. Like, I had to, at one point, like, I had to stop it and like take my headphones off so that I could like hear what was coming behind me. But that's the story. Are you familiar? Do you remember that story? It's about,
Vaguely. Yeah.
it's about an editor. And so somebody sends him this story, but it's that the creepy guy who's murdering people, and there's smiley faces involved. But yeah, it just, I don't know, something about it, and hearing that, I wasn't ready for it.
You thought
And
creepy murderer guy was following you around the lake.
yes, I was convinced.
You're crazy, man. I mean, my partner, she was like going out for walks in the woods at night, listening to nightmares and dreamscapes. I was like, wow.
You found yourself a good one,
Wow.
man.
I really have.
And if you can scare her, like, she needs to be the one you test new stories on. And if you can get her creeped out, then like, you know that you're going to creep other people out, because she's walking through the woods listening to horror books on audio. Yeah.